Hello friends, and welcome to a brand new camera comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A56 against the Samsung Galaxy S24 FE. Right now we are recording at 4K at 30 frames per second. Tell me in the comment section below which one do you think has better colors and which one has a better audio.
As always, let's begin with a set of sample photos taken with the main cameras. But before that, let me explain the testing process for those who may not be familiar with it. Each daylight photo is taken in auto mode with only the scene optimizer enabled, and no edits are applied afterward. In 2025, even mid-range smartphones capture impressive daylight pictures with their main cameras. Since these two devices come from the same company, they share a similar image processing style, though there are some key differences. When photographing people, I noticed that the S24 FE tends to produce warmer tones, while the A56 leans toward a cooler color balance. In this case, either phone accurately preserved my skin tone, it should be somewhere in between. In terms of detail, the S24 FE applies noticeable over-sharpening, making its images look less natural. Surprisingly, the A56 does better in this aspect, as its photos are slightly softer but appear more balanced without excessive sharpening. The S24 FE stands out with its vibrant colors and excellent dynamic range. In comparison, the A56 produces more muted colors, and even the sky doesn't appear as rich or well-defined as on the S24 FE. Both devices are also equipped with ultra-wide cameras, and just like with the main lenses, the S24 FE enhances saturation. In contrast, the A56 captures the scene with a more accurate color tone. The S24 FE tends to produce more visually appealing images, as seen here, where its colors are once again more vibrant. That said, a lens flare is present, which is not the case on the A56. When taking pictures of landscapes, the S24 FE seems to have the advantage. The A56 typically produces more muted colors, which, while more natural, don't stand out as much or look as engaging as the FE's output. This next comparison is particularly interesting because it highlights the difference between a mid-range ultra-wide camera and one used in flagship models. While the S24 FE isn't classified as a flagship, it features a higher quality camera, which was even used in ultra models. In this scenario, I definitely preferred the FE. Both devices crop in at 2x using their main cameras, and when it comes to detail, both continue to perform well. The FE remains extremely vibrant, while the A56 delivers a more accurate color representation. At 3x, we start to see more noticeable differences in favor of the S24 FE. This is because the FE has a dedicated telephoto sensor, whereas the A56 relies solely on digital zoom. While this isn't Samsung's best telephoto camera, it still provides a better result than depending entirely on digital zoom. In this 2x shot, the A56 looks great, but the white areas on some buildings appear slightly overexposed. The S24 FE handles exposure better, though its image is over-sharpened, making it look less natural. At 3x, the situation shifts. As expected, the S24 FE captures more detail, but this time it doesn't appear overly sharp. Meanwhile, the A56 starts to lose detail, but considering it's using digital zoom, I'd say the result is still acceptable. The third camera on the A56 is a macro lens, and as you can see, it captures decent close-up shots. On the S24 FE, this is the closest I could get using the main camera without losing focus. While the shot is taken from slightly farther away, the overall image actually looks better. When using its telephoto camera, the S24 FE not only matches the A56's field of view but also delivers a noticeably better image. This reinforces the idea that dedicated macro cameras often add little value, while telephoto lenses are far more useful. For portraits, we see the same pattern as before. The A56 captures images with more muted colors, while the S24 FE produces vibrant and visually appealing shots. Although I prefer the colors of the S24 FE, the A56 actually does a better job when it comes to detail. When it comes to the front cameras, the A56 does a better job of retaining my natural skin tone, coming very close to how I actually look in real life. The front camera on the S24 FE has never been my favorite, as it struggles to accurately reproduce skin tones. Nevertheless, the S24 FE stands out in detail, capturing facial features with impressive clarity. The A56 also performs well, but I believe it falls slightly short compared to the FE. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, consider subscribing to my channel. Videos recorded with their main cameras look nearly identical to me. Both devices deliver vibrant colors, excellent dynamic range, and impressive stabilization. I expected the S24 FE to perform well, but I was genuinely surprised by how good the A56 is. It's so close in quality that it's almost indistinguishable from the FE. Videos captured with their ultra-wide cameras are just as impressive. First, the A56 maintains excellent stabilization, matching the S24 FE. Additionally, it produces a more contrast-heavy image, while the S24 FE handles shadow areas more effectively. The A56 also has a slightly wider field of view compared to the FE. Moving on to low light, and from here on out, every picture is taken with night mode enabled. Compared to daylight, the S24 FE now does a better job of representing my skin tone. The A56, on the other hand, captures more detail, as my face appears a bit blurry on the FE. The same trend continues in the next scene. The Galaxy A56 preserves my facial details perfectly, even though the colors aren't as accurate. As with the previous sample, the S24 FE struggles to capture a detailed image. When it comes to their main cameras, both devices honestly look great. The A56 tends to produce a slightly darker image, while the S24 FE is a bit brighter. Overall, I like both samples, and there isn't a clear winner between the two. The results vary from scene to scene, as seen in this case where the A56 now delivers the brighter image. Unlike in daylight, the A56 displays more vibrant colors, while the S24 FE appears a bit flatter. As you know, brighter doesn't always mean better. In this case, even though more is visible in the A56's shot, I believe the S24 FE does a better job of preserving the night ambience. The A56 is still very good, but it's not as refined as the FE. The A56 actually captures better pictures when there are people in the frame. While neither device perfectly preserves my original skin tone, I feel the A56 handles the details around my face better. The S24 FE, on the other hand, does a better job with my clothes, particularly my jacket. Even with the ultra-wide cameras, here, I believe the A56 is actually superior to the FE. As I've mentioned in my other videos, when people are in the frame, the A56 tends to brighten images more than usual. While this isn't always ideal, it can be helpful, especially in darker scenes like this one. The Galaxy S24 FE, on the other hand, shines in capturing details. In this particular sample, everything appears sharper in the image on the right, which was taken with the FE, while the one on the left, captured with the A56, lacks the same level of detail. In very dark environments, neither of these phones would be considered top-tier for ultra-wide shots. While they perform well for their price range, there are certainly better options available. The S24 FE also handles lighting better. For example, in this sample, all the lights on the building are overexposed in the A56 shot. While the FE isn't perfect, it does a better job than the A56. Pictures taken at 2x, just like in daylight, are similar on both phones. They lose a bit of detail, but overall, the results are still acceptable. At 3x, there is a noticeable difference in favor of the S24 FE, thanks to its telephoto sensor. I've often criticized Samsung for using a weak zoom lens on the FE, but as you can see, it outperforms digital zoom. I also noticed that even at 2x, the A56's images lose some vibrancy, and the results appear flatter. In contrast, the S24 FE is much more vibrant, with pictures that are much more eye-catching. At 3x, there's honestly no competition, the S24 FE is superior in every way. The A56 falls behind significantly, and the difference is quite striking. When it comes to portraits, the S24 FE is sharper, offering more precise details. That said, I actually preferred the slightly darker colors of the A56, as they feel a bit more natural to my preference. The background, on the other hand, is noticeably better on the FE. In the next scene, I believe the A56 comes out ahead. The FE completely misrepresents my skin tone, resulting in an unnatural look, while the A56 manages to capture much more accurate details around my face and clothes, giving it a more polished, realistic appearance. This makes the A56 the clear winner in this particular instance. So, guys, what do you think? Which one was your winner? Personally, I thought the S24 FE would be better in every way, but aside from the zoomed-in pictures, I think they are pretty much neck and neck. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.